Hello, good day everyone. My name is Sayed Ali Nagi with the student ID 64364. So I am here along with my other group fellows to record the presentation of the assessment 2 of our course Unit 6204, which is Organizational Change Management. So we have chosen the topic of Strategic Organizational Change Analysis at Amazon using the Lewin's Change Model. So I will take a moment to introduce myself and my other group fellows. As I told before, my name is Sayed with the student ID 64364. So along with me, I have three more group members, Supriya, Yagnika, and Narendra. So these guys will come later on to speak on their turns. So now I will move to the next slide. So in this slide, I will provide an overview and will talk about a little bit of background about our research work. And there was a fundamental change in Amazon because of the inclusion of AI and employee layoff. And these changes were caused because of the post pandemic, which is also known as COVID-19, and the rising cost of operation because of the inflation. This efficiency is measured by using the Lewin's change model. So the our focus is made on the style of leadership and opposition and the general trends of change. As there was a strategic change and restructuring in Amazon in the past, so this presentation will provide the all the changes based on the Lewin's model, and we will consider how the organization coped with the unfreezing, change, and refreezing. So let's move on to the nature and context of change. As you all people know that Amazon is an e-commerce company and it provides digital services that is in a highly competitive and uh, environment, and it operates globally. The expedited growth during the COVID period caused overcapacity and instability in the operations. Competition in the field of artificial intelligence was rising, which enhanced the need to strategic reposition itself. It is the transformational changes work and transition restructuring work underpinning the transformation. So Amazon is facing a dynamic competitive environment. The organizational level was to correct the growing cost and overexpansion following the pandemic and the threat posed by AI competition required. So this company used the transformational and transitional change because it was parting with the reactive cost cutting usage and the proactive strategic repositioning capability to promote that competitiveness in a long term.
Hi, myself Supriya with the student ID number 63788. Here I am going to explain about the diverse and the Leuven application. There were several external and internal forces contributing towards a change at Amazon. According to the Leuven change model, some urgency signs that were utilized to unfroze compromised and the compressed by the lay of the organizational quickly started and the shifting towards the change, but the change process were overrun by the long run rephrasing and remains to have longly observed. And since the change is always taking the place, here we are explaining about the leadership and the change agents. This results in an external and internal centralized changes process in terms of leadership that is facilitated quick decision making. This exclusive were the driving of the strategy. The HR did layoffs and the middle managers did changes. These were effective, a bit ineffective, as it did not involve the employees and reduces the probability of the change by a team, which affected the engagement and the approval in general. Here we are explaining about the communication and Leuven evolution. Amazon communication was undistracted and undissociated, but highly top down and impersonal. The abrupt announcements added to the confusion and the distrust. There were the several improvements, but the poor implementation of the structural changes and the employees were not equipped on an emotional front, which leads to a poor establishment of the unfrozen phrase in a Leuven view. dispute of the good implementation and the structural changes and the poor communication. Thank you.
Based on our analysis, Amazon should first improve communication. The current communication is very top down and sudden, so they should introduce two-way communication. For example, employee feedback surveys and discussions. This will help reduce resistance and improve trust. It also supports the unfreezing stage in Levin's model. Secondly, Amazon should strengthen organizational culture. This can be done through training, rewards, and leadership support. Leaders should guide employees during change. This helps in refreezing stage by making changes stable. Finally, Amazon should focus on continuous change because the environment is dynamic and always changing. So flexible teams and continuous learning are important. In conclusion, Amazon was successful in implementing change quickly. It improved efficiency and focused on AI strategy. However, there were major issues in the human side of change. Employees were not involved enough. Communication was weak and sudden. This led to resistance, low morale, and reduced trust. According to Levin's model, unfreezing and refreezing were weak. Only the change stage was strong. This shows that focusing only on execution is not enough. Organizations must also focus on people. Also, Levin's model has limitations. It assumes stability, but modern organizations like Amazon face continuous change. These are academic sources used in our analysis. These support our understanding of Amazon's change process and also justify our recommendations. Thank you.